Hello, my friend. You made it here. Tonight, nothing is expected of you. Nothing needs to be solved. This is your space, just for you. Let's begin by letting go. Gently. No pressure. No need to rush. Close your eyes, if that feels right. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath find its own rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Feel the quiet in the room around you. Notice how still it is. Safe, soft, yours. You've carried a lot today. Maybe too much. Thoughts, worries, memories that didn't know where else to go. But here, in this moment, you don't need to carry any of it. Let your hands go soft. Let your jaw loosen. Let your chest rise and fall, just as it is. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are here, and here is enough. With every breath, imagine a little more weight leaving you, falling gently away, like leaves letting go of the branch, like waves dissolving on the shore. This is not a place to try. This is a place to be. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to feel okay. You just have to let yourself arrive. And as you arrive, I'll be right here with you, gently guiding you into the stillness, into the softness, into the truth that not all endings hurt. Some just complete. And now, with your breath softer, your body calmer, your thoughts a little less noisy, maybe this is the right time to let something deeper rise. Not to solve, not to fix, just to feel. There are things we carry that never quite got named. Not grief exactly, not heartbreak, just something unfinished. And maybe tonight you'll finally sit with it, gently, curiously, without fear. So let's step into it now, not with fireworks, not with final answers, just stillness. It didn't begin like a grand moment, not with some life-shattering truth or a door slamming shut, just quiet. Like when you walk into a room and forget what you came for. Like the stillness that isn't silent, but heavy in a way you can't explain. It crept in through the windows, the kind of night that doesn't press loud, just leans in soft. A hum in the walls, the floor, your chest. And maybe that's how endings really are. Not sharp, not tragic, just slow fades. A shift in the light, a space where someone used to sit, still warm, but empty. I wasn't planning to say any of this tonight, but maybe you're sitting there, feeling that same ache in your ribcage you thought was gone. Not heartbreak exactly, just something unfinished. You ever feel that? Like you're carrying someone else's presence in places they don't belong anymore? Not because they were bad, not because it ended wrong, just because they're gone. And somehow, you're still here, holding things with no one left to give them to. We don't talk about this kind of loss, the soft kind, the one without ceremony, where no one says goodbye, they just stop showing up. And you're left wondering if you imagined it all. But you didn't. You loved, deeply, maybe quietly, maybe too long after they stopped being real in your life. That's what this is about. Not closure, not forgetting, but understanding, and maybe letting your body unclench from the version of you that kept holding on. Because some people aren't meant to stay. They show up to shift something in you, to carve a room, to hand you a mirror, and then they leave, not to hurt you, but because their part is done. You don't owe them a goodbye. You don't need to explain the ache. Just sit with it. Let the stillness stretch. Let your hands go quiet. Let the memory come and go without chasing it. You're not broken. You're not left behind. You're just in a space between. And that, too, is part of the story. They don't knock. Not the ones who change you. They just appear. Mid-conversation, mid-laundry day, mid-nothing special. Like someone handing you a pen you didn't know you dropped. Or standing too close in the bookstore, reaching for the same battered copy of something you forgot you loved. They weren't supposed to matter. Not really. Just a shared laugh at a train station, a borrowed umbrella in the rain, a seat beside yours on a night you almost stayed home. But they do. They start taking up space, gently at first, the way dawn doesn't ask before slipping through your blinds, the way music lingers long after it stops. You don't realize it right away, that they've become part of your map, until you're driving somewhere and they cross your mind at a red light. Not dramatically, just a small flicker, like, oh, they would have liked this song. Claire was like that, a name that still feels warm in my mouth. We met in a writing class. Tuesday nights, fluorescent lights, too much coffee, and people holding back dreams between yawns. She wore huge sweaters that swallowed her hands, wrote in the margins of receipts. Her laugh, it always came 2 beats too late, like she was making sure it was safe. She told me my sentences felt like fabric, that sadness could be tactile if you used the right verbs. I don't know when she stopped coming. One Tuesday, she was just not there. No call, no hey, this is why. Just silence where something used to sit. I checked the sign-in sheet, stared at the empty chair, walked past our coffee shop twice that week, and then once more the week after. Nothing. Months passed. I didn't stop thinking about her, just stopped saying her name out loud. I still wonder, was she okay? Did I miss something? Should I have asked more, said more? Some people, they don't leave with doors slamming. They just dissolve, and you're left holding the outline. But they mattered. God, they mattered. There's a thing people say, that everyone's a mirror. Some show you your joy, some your fear. Some just reflect back the ache you forgot how to name. Claire, she showed me gentleness. The kind that doesn't try to fix you. The kind that listens. Even when you don't make sense. Maybe she never knew what she gave me. Maybe I never said it right. But that's the thing about these people. The ones who feel temporary but leave permanent fingerprints. They don't save you. They just sit beside your mess like it's not too much. And in doing that, they change everything. I've come to believe not every bond is built to last. And maybe that's not a failure. Maybe it's just what it was meant to be. Some people are bridges. Some are pauses. Some are candles that burn out, but still warmed your hands for a while. I miss them. Of course I do. But I'm learning to thank them too. for showing up, for staying, even briefly, for making a chapter feel like a whole story. We don't always get closure or clarity, but sometimes we get a quieter heart. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's what completion really looks like. Not all leavings are loud. Some of them don't even feel like endings at first. No slammed doors, no scenes, no closure dripping with drama. Just less. Less calls. Less "let me know when you get home." Less them. And you sit there, wondering when exactly it changed. Which moment stopped meaning something? Which smile didn't reach their eyes? But no one ever teaches you about this kind of leaving. The quiet kind. The kind that feels like someone just stopped remembering you on purpose. It doesn't hurt like a punch. It hurts like waking up in a room that rearranged itself overnight. Everything's still there, but it doesn't fit anymore. You look back. Of course you do. You check old messages, old photos, that one playlist you pretended wasn't about them. And you ask all the questions no one will answer. Did I matter? Was I just convenience? Was I background noise while they figured themselves out? You don't cry right away. That comes later, when their absence gets loud. Like when your phone buzzes and it's not them. When you walk past your usual coffee spot and your feet slow down before your brain does. And suddenly, you're crying in line, or in the car, or over dishes you don't even remember cooking. But this isn't weakness. It's memory, trying to find a place to rest. You don't always get to write the ending. Sometimes the pen's not in your hand. Sometimes the ink runs out mid-sentence. They didn't say goodbye, but they left. And you're still here holding the weight of what was, without any instructions on what to do next. So you do what anyone would. You question everything. Was it real? Did they ever really see me? Did I hold on too long or not long enough? But maybe, just maybe, they didn't leave because you were too much or not enough. Maybe they just finished their part of your story and walked off the page. Softly. And you weren't ready, but that doesn't mean it was wrong. We always expect the end to feel like an alarm, something you can't ignore. But some endings, they feel like someone quietly closing a door in another room. You didn't hear it, but now the silence sounds different. And the ache, it's real. God, it's real. You feel it in the songs they ruined, in the scent of shampoo on a hoodie you haven't worn since, in the silence between text tones that never come. But also, you begin to feel something else. Not immediately, not all at once, just a softness. Not less pain, but pain that doesn't scrape as hard when it lands. You realize they were a season, not a forever, a turning point, not a destination. And that doesn't make them less important. It just makes them complete. They came, they taught, they shifted something inside you, even if they never knew they did. Maybe it wasn't a loss. Maybe it was a gift with a hard wrapping. You didn't fail. You didn't break. You just loved in a way that didn't come with guarantees. That's still love. That's still sacred. And now you get to learn how to bless someone's leaving without making it your fault. You get to breathe into the hollow space they left and realize it's still yours. Still your body, still your story. And you're not the end. You are what continues. They're gone. Yeah, I mean, you know that. But somehow, you still catch yourself turning toward the door, like maybe this time they'll walk back through it. They won't. You know that too. And still, they show up. Not like ghosts, not like something to fear, just fragments. The way your hand still reaches for 2 mugs instead of 1. The song that plays in a store and makes your breath hitch, but no one else notices. The way you glance in the mirror and smooth your shirt because they used to tease you about looking rushed. They're not here, but they're not gone either. Not really. They've become part of the atmosphere, like a scent you didn't expect, like a word you say without realizing it was theirs first. Echoes, not hauntings, just echoes. And sometimes that's harder, because echoes sound like presence. They trick you into remembering right when you were starting to forget, just enough to function. They show up in the pauses, in the too long silence of early morning, in the half second before laughter fades. You'll be doing fine, folding towels, driving home, laughing at some meme, and then it hits. The ache, the tug, the something, a memory maybe, or just the outline of one. And it lands right in the center of your chest, like a knock that never came. And what can you do? You can't call, you can't reply, you just sit with it. Listen, nod at the invisible. Sometimes I wonder, does this mean I'm not healed? Or is healing just learning how to remember without collapsing? Because they did shape you, whether they meant to or not. They're leaving, they're loving, they're laughing beside you at 2 a.m. over food that wasn't even good. It's in you now. In the way you give second chances, in the way you pause before raising your voice, in the way you hold space for people who cry too easily. They left fingerprints on your kindness, your hesitation, your strength. And that's not being stuck. That's being changed. Love doesn't evaporate. It transforms. Quietly, steadily. Healing isn't forgetting. It's remembering and still breathing, still showing up, still walking past the place where you laughed too loud and not crossing the street to avoid it, still hearing their name and not flinching, still holding their memory, not like a wound, but like a folded photograph, creased at the edges, soft with time. One day, you realize the echo doesn't hurt the same way. It doesn't slam through your ribcage. It hums, still there, but settled. It doesn't beg for attention. It just asks for room to exist, to echo, to live inside you as something warm. And you don't have to erase it. You're allowed to talk to them in your head on bad days, to smile at the sky and think maybe, somehow, they saw that thing that reminded you of them. That's not foolish. That's love. You are not broken. You are someone who remembers, someone who turned the page even when it didn't feel like the story was finished. And the echo? It walks with you, not as a shadow, not as a weight, just as something familiar, something that lights up a corner of your life when everything else feels dim. Because love, when real, never disappears. It just changes form. When someone leaves, really leaves, they don't take everything with them. They can't. Something always stays behind. A mug in the wrong cupboard. A playlist you can't bring yourself to delete. The way you still turn to mention something, forgetting for a second, there's no one there to hear it. And what's left? It isn't always pain. Sometimes it's just space. A strange, aching space. Like an unfinished sentence. Like breath you didn't finish exhaling. At first, you want to fill it with anything. Noise, busy, a new face. Something that makes the silence less loud. Because silence, when it's theirs, feels different, feels heavier. And maybe you wonder, am I trying to heal or just trying not to feel empty? If I fill the space too fast, does it mean I didn't love them enough? But if I don't, does that mean I'm stuck? So you sit in it, eventually. Because distraction tires out, and one night, the room is quiet again, and it's just you, and the echo, and the space. You think you're grieving the person, but sometimes you're grieving who you were with them. That version of you who laughed without looking down, who didn't hesitate before sharing little things, who had someone to tell the boring parts of the day to. What happens to that version of me now? Where do they go when the person they belonged to is no longer here? You might try to preserve it, make the space a shrine. Don't touch that. They sat there. They liked this song. They always drank from that glass. But people aren't relics. And love isn't a museum. You realize that slowly. In the way you stop flinching when their name comes up. In the way the chair gets moved during cleaning and you don't move it back. In the way your life begins to shift around the outline they left. Not to erase them, but to include them in a new way. If I grow from this, does it mean I've forgotten them? If I laugh again, does it mean I didn't love them deeply enough? No, it means you're making room for both the memory and the becoming. You start filling the space, not with distraction, but with yourself. Your real self. The one that maybe didn't fully bloom until they were gone. You cook just for you. Light a candle you like. Play music they wouldn't have chosen, but that makes you sway anyway. You speak more kindly to yourself. Pause more. Rush less. You grow into the room they left, not because you wanted them to leave, but because they did. And now you get to decide what grows here. And it's terrifying, but also quietly miraculous. Because maybe the space was never meant to stay empty. Maybe it was the clearing you didn't know you needed to come back to yourself. You don't erase them. You carry them differently. Less like a weight, more like a breath. You find yourself wondering what they'd say if they could see you now. Would they smile? Would they say, "There you are," like they always believed you had this in you? You just couldn't see it back then. What if I liked the version of me when they were here? That's okay too. But now you get to become the version they'd be proud to watch unfold. Not as someone grieving, but as someone growing. With cracks, yes, but also with light. And that space they left? It's not where your story ends. It's where you begin again. Softer, more aware, more you. Because love doesn't always stay, but it always leaves something. And if it changed you, if it softened you, if it helped you know yourself better, then it didn't leave. Not really. It just lives differently now. Right there, in the quiet space you are still learning to fill with your own light. Maybe we don't really lose people. Not the way we think we do. Not in that final falling off the map kind of way. Maybe they just finish what they came here for. Not a dramatic exit, not some soul-tearing goodbye, just a quiet completion. Like the last note of a song you didn't know you'd been humming all along. And what they leave isn't emptiness. It's space for us to stretch, to soften, to ask, what now? We carry them, of course we do. But maybe not as a burden, maybe as warmth, as shape, as fingerprints in the way we love now, in the patience we didn't used to have, in the softness that showed up after the storm. We are not made smaller by what ends. We're made hollowed out in a way that lets more light in, like rooms after you move the furniture, like lungs after a long cry. So if tonight you're sitting quietly, missing someone, not with anger, but with tenderness, not with longing, but with gratitude, then maybe you're not grieving loss. You're honoring what was complete. And that's love. Not loud, not begging to be noticed, just here, still soft, still yours. There's a kind of silence that comes after someone leaves. Not right away. Not the first few days when everyone checks in, when the world still remembers you're hurting. It shows up later, after the noise fades, after the texts slow down, after you've told the story enough times that you can recite it without shaking. It's not just the quiet of their voice missing. It's the space they used to take up in your everyday, like the empty side of the bed you keep forgetting to stop rolling toward, like 2 coffee mugs on the counter, even though you only used one this morning, like the music that plays in the background and suddenly feels like a language you forgot how to speak. At first, you fill it. You turn on something, anything. You scroll past your own thoughts. You meet up with people you haven't thought about in years, just so you don't have to be alone with this new version of quiet. But it finds you anyway. Always does. Late at night, when your phone is still and there's nothing left to distract you, the quiet pulls up a chair. It doesn't knock, it just sits and asks, now that they're gone, who are you, really? And you don't know. You genuinely don't. Because you built routines with them in mind. Played their favorite songs while cooking. Learned to love brunch because their face lit up when the pancakes arrived. You thought those were your things. Maybe they were, but now you're not sure. You're not erasing yourself. You're just trying to figure out how much of you was shaped in the echo of someone else's voice. That's not shameful. It's human. You softened to fit into the spaces they made. You adjusted without even thinking. And now, you stand alone in rooms that still remember them more clearly than you do. Everything fits, but wrong. like wearing clothes from another life. You wonder, how do I return to myself when so much of me was reflected in their presence? Is there a way to start again without undoing all that was real between us? The silence doesn't answer. It just stays. It's not cruel, just constant. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the silence isn't meant to be fixed. Maybe it's meant to hold you while you listen for your own voice to rise again. Not the version of you that knew how to love them, but the version that's still here, still breathing, still figuring it out. You ask different questions now, ones you never gave yourself time for. What do I like now? What does comfort look like when it's not shared? What does healing look like if I don't post about it? If I don't measure it by how much I've moved on? You start to realize the quiet isn't empty. It's fertile. It holds space for you to slow down, to cry when no one's watching, to laugh too loud at something silly without checking if they'd laugh too. And little by little, you stop pretending. You stop performing fine. You stop rushing toward closure like it's a finish line. You circle the places they used to live in your heart and notice the ache is still there, but it's not all of you. It doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're here, right here, in the middle of the in-between. And in that quiet, you begin to understand something you didn't know how to name before. You are still whole, even with the ache, even with the questions, even in their absence, especially in their absence. Because now, you're not rebuilding what was, you're becoming what's next. Loneliness doesn't always crash in like a wave. Sometimes it creeps in quietly, like fog, low to the ground. You barely notice it until it's already wrapped around everything. You wake up, make your coffee, reply to a few messages, cross off a task or two. You're functioning. And then there's a Sunday. The kind with no real plans, no urgency, just stillness. That's when it hits. Not sharply, just quietly. You remember how these days used to feel different. There used to be another voice in the room, another body curled up next to yours, half watching some movie neither of you cared about. Now it's just you. Not just alone, but aware of being alone. And it's jarring. You try to outrun it. Vacuum things that don't need vacuuming. Reorganize drawers. Scroll. Tap. Scroll again. Volume up. But it doesn't leave. It just sits right beside you. Like a fog that doesn't lift, but also doesn't suffocate. Just lingers. And somewhere in you, a thought you don't want to admit begins to whisper. Is this loneliness? Or am I just bad at being alone? You try to push it away. Because isn't loneliness a sign of failure? That you're not healed? That you're too much? Or maybe not enough for someone to stay? But what if it's not? What if loneliness isn't punishment? Or maybe it's just the part of you that still wants to be seen. We're not taught to sit with this feeling. We're taught to fix it, mute it, bury it under noise, or a new someone. Swipe it away, laugh over it, pretend we're too busy to feel anything deeply. But what happens if, just once, you don't run? What happens if you turn toward it? Not to fix, just to listen. Maybe loneliness isn't a monster. Maybe it's a child, small, scared, clinging to your sleeve, saying, "I miss being held. I miss being known." And maybe you could hold it, not perfectly, but softly. You wonder, could I ever hold myself like that? Could I look into my own eyes and not flinch? It doesn't feel possible, but maybe it is. One quiet moment at a time. Because loneliness, real loneliness, isn't a sign you're broken. It's proof you're still open, still willing to feel, still capable of wanting. And that's not weakness. That's evidence you haven't given up. When you stop seeing it as failure, you start hearing it differently. You hear it say, "You are not unlovable. You're just between chapters. You are not forgotten. You're in the middle of remembering who you are. You are not empty. You're making room." Room for what? You don't know yet. That's the hard part. But space is sacred, even when it hurts. Because what's next won't fit inside you unless you clear out what no longer lives there. And so you stay, in this weird, aching quiet. You stop pretending. You start whispering back to yourself, gently, like you would to someone you love. And maybe that's the miracle. Not that the ache disappears, but that you learn to sit beside it without needing to fill the silence right away. You become the kind of person who doesn't run from their own presence, who knows the difference between solitude and abandonment, between being alone and being lost. You begin to believe that maybe you were never missing anything after all, just waiting to hear yourself again. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no trumpet, no clean break, no dramatic realization under a full moon. It's quieter than that, almost forgettable. One afternoon, you catch yourself humming in the kitchen. Not a sad song, not a memory, just sound. Something unintentional, yours. And for a split second, you pause. Because you remember something. You. Not the version that adjusted. Not the one who made herself small so someone else could breathe easier. Not the one who checked the mirror for how they might see you. No. Older you. Original you. The one who didn't apologize for being too much, or too quiet, or too unsure. You didn't expect to miss yourself, but you do. God, you do. When did I start fading? Where was I when they were leaving? And why didn't I notice sooner that I'd already left myself behind? It sneaks up on you. The ache. Not just of their absence, but of yours. You weren't just mourning them. You were mourning all the pieces of you gave away to keep the connection warm. All the silences you bit down. All the dreams you tucked beneath maybe later. And now, in the soft aftermath, you meet yourself again. Not with confetti, but with a quiet breath. A soft, startled kind of wonder. Oh, there you are. You cook what you actually crave. You read books you forgot you loved. You laugh, fully, and catch yourself mid-laugh thinking, I forgot how good this feels. You ask, do I like this because it's mine? Or because they used to? And for once, you let the question hang. No need to fix it. You look in the mirror, not to check, but to see. And your reflection, not perfect, not polished, meets you, soft-eyed, slightly worn, but very much alive. You realize something sharp, something beautiful and hard to hold. It wasn't just them I lost, it was me. Bit by bit, I slipped out of myself, trying to stay inside their love. And now, you're stepping back in, clumsily, gently, like walking into a room you once called home that still smells faintly of you, even after all this time. You start saying no without guilt. Start laughing too loud without shrinking. Start dreaming out loud without needing someone to say. That makes sense. And slowly, you stop apologizing for existing in your full weight. You stop negotiating your worth in exchange for being chosen. You ask, can I want myself back? Can I return to who I was without mourning who I became? The answer doesn't come from the outside. It rises up from your own bones. Yes, you can. In fact, you must, because this part of you, the one you're reintroducing yourself to, they never left. They were just waiting, patient, unmoved, sitting in the corner of your soul saying, I knew you'd come back. This isn't rebellion. This is return. This isn't selfish. It's sacred. To choose yourself not in spite of love, but because you understand now that real love never asks you to disappear. You are not asking for too much. You are finally asking for all of you. And that is what healing sounds like. Not a shout, not a triumph, but the quiet opening of a door you didn't know you'd closed. And there you are, still here, still whole, still waiting to be lived. You don't wake up one day and suddenly feel whole. It's not that kind of story. No sunrise epiphany, no cinematic sigh of relief. It's slower, more ordinary, almost disappointingly gentle, like realizing you've stopped crying midway through making tea, like walking to the mailbox and not thinking of them. Healing doesn't arrive with a bang. It moves like breath, quiet, steady, half forgotten. Some days you barely notice it. Other days, it's all you can see. Not the pain gone, but the space it left behind. And then, in the middle of something small, you catch yourself doing life again. Not dramatically, not for show, just living. You washed the dishes, you folded your favorite shirt, you didn't flinch when that one song came on, and you realize, oh, I'm still here, not just existing, becoming. You didn't start over, you just kept going. And that counts for something, because real healing isn't about erasing what happened. It's about learning how to carry it differently. Not like a weight, but like a scar that doesn't ache in the cold anymore. You still remember. You just don't bleed. You begin again with the smallest choice: to stay awake, to stay soft, to stay open, even after all that closed you. Is that enough? Yes, it always was. You don't need a plan. You don't need to fix the past. You just need to hold it, not as proof you failed, but as evidence you lived. Some days, beginning again looks like courage. Other days, it looks like survival. Most days, it just looks like washing your face and trying again. You catch yourself smiling at the mirror, not because anything magical happened, just because, for once, you recognize the face looking back. You, not perfect, not over it, but here. You whisper softly, "I thought I was healing, but maybe I was just finding my way back. Not to what was, but to who's always been underneath it all." You stop chasing closure. Stop rewriting the ending. Start writing new beginnings without asking permission. Is it okay if I never get the answers? Yes, because you don't need them to begin again. You just need to choose over and over to stay. Stay with the silence. Stay with the softness. Stay with yourself. And eventually, the staying becomes sacred. Not a pause, but a homecoming. You stop trying to prove anything. You stop measuring your healing. You stop performing okay. You just start being. Fully, messily, honestly. You carry your story not as something broken, but as something brave. And you begin again. Not because everything is fixed, but because you've made peace with what never will be. You start small, but small is real, and real is enough. And when you finally hold your own hand, without waiting for someone else to take it, that's when you know. You didn't restart. You rooted. You didn't forget. You remembered who you are. And now, you walk forward. Not with fear, but with quiet strength. Not with urgency, but with steady devotion to the slow, beautiful work of becoming yourself. Again. So maybe this is what it means to stay. Not for them, not to prove you're okay, not because it's easy, but because some part of you finally decided you're worth staying for. To sit with yourself when the ache hums louder than the world. To not reach for noise or distraction or anyone else's comfort. Just to be there, fully. You don't flinch when the sadness comes. You don't run when the quiet stretches. You listen. You breathe. You let it pass through. And that alone, that's a kind of courage no one sees but you feel deep in your bones. You're not rebuilding fast. You're not chasing a version of healed that was never yours to begin with. You're just here, gathering the pieces gently, from the inside out. And that's enough. You're no longer waiting to be rescued. You're learning that your own hands know how to hold you now. You're not begging to be seen. You're looking at yourself, really looking, for the first time in a while. And something about that quiet witnessing, it changes things. You begin to trust again. Not them, not yet, but you. You trust that you can sit with hard feelings without falling apart. That you can begin again without needing to be perfect. That you can stay soft and still be strong. And that maybe softness was never the opposite of strength. Maybe it was the doorway, the one you finally walked through. There's this moment. You don't really plan for it. It just happens. The ache quiets. The silence softens. And you look up, not in search of anything, just looking. And there it is, the world, still spinning, still here. It didn't pause when your heart broke. It didn't wait for you to catch up. But now, it feels like it's meeting you halfway. You notice the light, Not metaphorically, just real, honest morning light spilling across your floor like it always has. You hear birds. You didn't realize you'd stopped hearing them. You catch the breeze on your skin, and instead of bracing, you let it happen. Like maybe the world isn't trying to hurt you. Maybe it's been trying to invite you back. Is this okay? To feel this again? To want softness after so much ache? You hesitate, because guilt is sneaky. It whispers, if you smile now, did it ever matter? If you laugh, have you forgotten them? But no, you haven't. Healing isn't forgetting. It's remembering how to be here without dragging the weight of every goodbye through the door with you. You still carry love, still carry memory, but your hands aren't full with grief anymore. So you say yes to coffee with someone who doesn't know the backstory, to that shirt that feels like sunshine, to the joke a stranger makes that actually makes you laugh out loud on a sidewalk without apology. And yes, they still cross your mind. But the memory isn't sharp now. It's soft, warm, almost. Like a photograph you don't mind seeing. Am I allowed to live like this? To find joy, even without them here to see it? Yes, you are. Because joy and grief were never enemies. They've always lived side by side. You just didn't know how to hold them both. But now you do. You're not erasing anything. You're expanding, making room for more. More light, more story, more you. You're not just the one who was left. You're the one who stayed, who kept going, who decided, quietly, maybe even reluctantly, to reach toward life again. You didn't do it all at once. You never had to. It's in the smallest things. In the way your shoulders stop tensing. In how your breath finds its rhythm. In how you stop needing to explain why today doesn't hurt quite as much. And still, there's fear. Of course there is. What if I open up again? What if it breaks again? Then it does. But this time, you know what to do with broken. You've been here, and you've walked out. You don't trust life to be easy, but you trust yourself to survive it. And that changes everything. So you open the window. You answer the message. You laugh in a way that feels real, not because it's over, but because you've moved through it. The world never stopped offering itself to you. You just couldn't see it, but now you can. And what comes next doesn't have to be louder or better or anything like before. It just has to be honest. And you are finally ready to let it in. One slant of light, one shared smile, one deep breath at a time. It doesn't come rushing in. There's no grand gesture, no sweeping romance to announce its arrival. Just a moment. Maybe someone laughs with you, right in the middle of saying something dumb. Maybe their eyes hold yours for just a second longer than expected. Maybe they say something small, something you've said to yourself in the dark, and it lands. And something in you shifts. Just a flicker, a breath, but enough to feel it. You weren't looking for this. You told yourself you weren't ready. And maybe you still aren't. But here it is, that quiet curiosity. Could I let someone see me again? You've worked so hard to be whole, to belong to yourself, to stand without leaning too hard, to breathe your own air without waiting for someone to catch your breath when it stumbles. But something in you still longs, not for rescue, not for drama, just softness. The kind that doesn't demand anything, the kind that doesn't need explanation, the kind that says, I see you, all of you, and I'm not afraid. But it's scary, isn't it? To open the door even a crack, to wonder, if I'm seen, really seen, will I still be safe? The question doesn't go away. It hums beneath your ribs. Every time someone gets too close, every time someone listens too well. And it's okay to pause, to ask, to check in with yourself before you hand over the map. You're not cold, you're careful. You've earned that right. Because now, you know, love that asks you to disappear isn't love. Attention that comes only when you shrink is not devotion. This time, you bring your full self. You speak up when something pinches. You don't hide when something glows. You say what you mean, even if your voice shakes. You say, that hurt. I need space. This moment feels like home. And you say it without apology. And if they flinch, if they turn away from your honesty, then let them. Because you are not something to be tolerated. You are not a performance for someone else's comfort. You are not here to earn your place in someone's life by hiding the hardest parts of yourself. You are a person, whole, messy, healing, still learning, still worth choosing. The right people, the ones who belong in your now, they won't be afraid of your pauses. They won't shrink from your silence. They won't confuse your softness with weakness. They'll meet you exactly where you are, in the slow, sacred stretch between fear and trust. And maybe, little by little, you'll let them, not with blind faith, not with reckless hope, but with gentleness. Because you've learned, connection doesn't mean merging. It doesn't mean melting yourself down to fit someone else's shape. It means standing side by side, two full lives, two full hearts, choosing each other freely, daily, softly. And that's not just healing. That's holy. Trust used to feel like a gamble, like standing barefoot on the edge of something high, hoping, just hoping, someone would catch you when you jumped. You jumped before. You know how it feels to land hard, to look up and see no one waiting. So now, you don't leap. You pause. You look around first. Not out of fear, but something wiser. Because this time, you're not looking for someone to catch you. You're learning to build something solid under your own feet. You move slowly, not out of hesitation, but intention. You choose with your eyes open, your heart aware. You don't reach with empty hands, hoping to be filled. You reach because you already carry something worth offering. And that changes everything. You realize trust isn't just about the other person. It's about you, about how you hold yourself while letting someone else stand beside you. Can I be close without losing my shape? Can I love without folding in on myself? You try, softly, carefully, And bit by bit, you learn you can. You can say yes and not dissolve. You can say no and still be loved. You can sit in silence and still be seen. You can ask for what you need without choking on the fear of being too much. Because now you've tasted something rare. A trust that grows not in fireworks, but in quiet repetition. A morning text. You okay today? A cup of tea brewed just the way you like it. A moment where they sit beside your sadness and don't try to fix it. And just as important, you're doing it for yourself too. You close the app. You look up. You listen. Really listen. You name your fear and stay anyway. You don't run when your heart starts beating louder. You don't silence yourself to keep peace. And slowly, you realize this is what safety can feel like. Not the absence of fear, but the presence of you. Still here, still grounded. Because safety was never about someone else being your shield. It was about being able to stay with yourself even when love walks in. This is trust, not made of promises, but of presence. And what once felt like danger, being seen, being soft, being real, now feels almost like home. Not because it's perfect, not because there are guarantees, but because you aren't disappearing to make it work. You're showing up, rooted, steady, soft in the right places, strong in the ones that used to cave. And that's not the kind of love that flares and fades. It's the kind that stays, quietly, patiently, like a hand on your back in the dark. It doesn't rescue you. It reminds you, you already made it out. And now, you get to rest, not in someone else, but in yourself, with someone else beside you. That's trust. That's love. The kind that mirrors the healing you worked so hard to find within. There was a time when the idea of loving again felt impossible, like betrayal, like erasing something sacred. As if making space for someone new meant letting go of what had once filled you completely. You thought moving on meant forgetting, that laughing again meant the loss didn't matter. But now, you see it differently. Love doesn't overwrite, it layers. It doesn't erase, it expands. You realize now, your heart was never a locked room. It was a horizon, stretching. Always stretching. The more open you became, what you felt before, what shaped you, held you, broke you open, it didn't vanish. It became part of the way you hold others now, in the quiet way you listen, in the softness you offer without being asked, in the patience that comes from having once been met with silence. Am I allowed to love again and still carry what came before? Yes, of course you are, because you're not starting from scratch. You're not a clean slate. You are a mosaic, cracks and all, glimmering. And this new love, if and when it finds you, it doesn't need to be louder or deeper. It just needs to be real. It can sit beside what once was without competing with it, like two candles lit in the same room. No one has to blow out the old flame for the new one to burn. You look at them, or maybe the idea of them, and you don't ask, will this last? You ask something softer, something truer, Can I stay true to myself while letting this love in? And when your answer is yes, even if it's a whisper, you know, this isn't a repeat, it's a return, not to the past, but to the part of you that never stopped believing in connection. Not desperately, not blindly, but quietly, with eyes wide open, with heart intact, because the love you choose now isn't filling a void. It's lighting a room you've already made peace with, a room you once sat in alone and didn't run from. So when love knocks, if it knocks, let it in, not to replace anything, but to reflect everything you've become. Let it meet you not as someone waiting to be saved, but as someone already whole. Let it walk beside your healing, not ahead of it, not dragging it behind. This love, if it comes, isn't your second chance. It's a continuation, a deepening, a widening of who you've always been. And maybe that's not just love, that's grace. And you've earned it. So maybe this is what love looks like, when it doesn't ask you to disappear to be worthy of it, when it's not a chase or a rescue or something you beg to stay, but a space, a quiet room you choose to walk into, feet steady, heart unhidden. This time, you don't leave parts of yourself at the door. You bring it all, the cracked pieces, the versions that broke and had to be rebuilt slowly, the softness you fought to keep alive. You come whole, not because nothing hurts anymore, but because you learned how to hold what does. You know now, the heart doesn't have to let go to let something new in. It stretches, it holds, it remembers, and still, it moves forward. You don't have to collapse to carry love. You don't have to apologize for your joy. You don't have to feel like beginning again means betraying what came before. It doesn't. You're not replacing, you're expanding. And maybe this is the bravest kind of love there is, the kind that doesn't rush in to rescue you. It doesn't promise to complete you. It simply says, I'll sit beside whatever you've been holding. You don't have to be anything but yourself here. This love, if it grows, grows beside you, not through sacrifice, but through presence. Still soft, still slow, still yours. Eventually, after everything falls apart in the quietest way possible, after the tears you didn't know you were holding finally spill into the spaces where silence used to sit, something shifts. It's not loud, not dramatic, no flashing sign that says, you made it. Just a soft stirring, almost unnoticeable. Something blooms, not the kind you announce, but the kind that grows quietly at the edge of your days. It's your life. Still here, still waiting, still unfolding, even while you were busy surviving. And this time, you're not afraid to meet it. What will it look like now? This life I'm slowly returning to? Will it still recognize me? You don't ask from fear. You ask from curiosity. Because you're not the same. Not broken, not bitter. Just reshaped. You move differently now. Slower, surer. You don't fill the silence with noise. You let it linger. You rest without apology. You wake up without demanding anything of the day. You let it meet you as you are. You start doing things alone, not because no one is there, but because being with yourself no longer feels like a consolation prize. You buy flowers just because they looked like joy. You walk slower. You notice the way your breath fogs the glass and it feels holy somehow. Is this joy? This quiet, unpanicked joy? Yes, it is. Because joy doesn't always come in celebration. Sometimes it hums beneath the surface as you sit in a parked car, hands still, song playing, heart quiet. You no longer wait for someone to knock on your door with permission to begin. You've already begun. And here's what feels quietly radical. You don't feel behind anymore. The pressure to be better, to be over it, has softened. The calendar stopped screaming. The comparisons lost their volume. Now there is just space. Real, honest, generous space. Room to stay in bed on gray mornings and still call it healing. Room to try and fail and try again without turning the failure into your identity. Room to hold joy and grief at the same time without asking either to shrink. And somewhere, under the heartbreak, under the memory, under the gentle reassembly of who you are, you find something deeper. Stillness, not the kind that feels like nothing. Not numbness, but stillness that says you don't have to chase anything to be okay. Stillness that trusts you can hold all of this, the ache, the beauty, the in-between, and still rise. You stop calling things over. You start calling them complete. And from that place, open-handed, unrushed, you take one soft breath forward. Not because you must, but because now you can. You don't always realize when joy comes back. It doesn't knock, doesn't announce itself with music or light. It just appears, like sunlight drifting through leaves, landing soft across the floor. One morning, you catch yourself smiling. Not because something happened, not for anyone watching, just because it feels okay to be you again. You pause, almost startled by it. When did this stop feeling foreign? When did I stop flinching at my own reflection? You start measuring time differently now. Not by losses, not by who's here or gone, but by presence, by the quiet markers of aliveness. Like that Sunday morning, the one with pancakes made just for you. Messy batter, syrup on your sleeve, flour in your hair. But you laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was yours. No one to witness it, no one to clean it up for. And still, joy, real joy, not in spite of the mess, because of it. Because the mess means you're in it, not watching from the sidelines. You start showing up more fully. You write in your journal at a cafe and forget to check your phone. You see a movie by yourself and don't feel like you're missing anything. You wander through bookstores with no one waiting on you and no part of you rushing. You are with yourself, not just physically, fully. Your body starts to notice too. Shoulders no longer curled in like armor. They drop, just a little, as if the world isn't quite so sharp anymore. Your jaw, once tight from holding everything in, it loosens. Even your breath feels different now, deeper, unhurried, like your lungs finally believe the air is safe. Your hands touch your own arms in the shower without judgment, not reaching for what's missing, but holding what's here. You notice these shifts, tiny, quiet, miraculous, and it hits you. Joy has returned. Not loudly, not all at once, but faithfully, like something that never stopped waiting. Is this freedom? To need nothing but what's real? To feel peace without perfection? Yes, because true peace isn't a finish line. It's the moment you stop resisting your own life. You let your heart soften again, not for someone else to hold, but because it feels good to feel warm in your own chest. You let yourself dream again, not because you know what's ahead, but because hoping feels like its own quiet kind of rebellion. You plant small things, tomatoes, basil, ideas, not to control them, just to be part of something that grows. You're not spectating anymore. You're not just surviving. You're participating in your own life. You burn incense for no reason. You hum in the shower. You wear the sweater that feels like being held. And slowly, softly, you realize this is enough. This quiet life, this flawed, full, ordinary life. It's not small, it's yours, and that makes it sacred. You stop searching for meaning in someone else's gaze. You find it in your own, in the way your body exhales now, in the way your eyes soften when you look in the mirror and don't turn away. This is joy, the kind that hums beneath the skin, the kind that stays even when no one else does. Because now, you know how to stay with yourself. And that joy, that still, unshaken, quiet joy, it's not just happiness, it's home. There used to be a kind of silence that pressed in too close. The late night kind. The kind that crawled in after the world had gone still. When the only thing louder than the quiet was what you remembered losing. But now, the silence feels different. It no longer chokes, it holds. It doesn't feel like something missing. It feels like space. Space you've made. Space you no longer rush to fill with noise or with someone else. You sit in it now, not braced, not afraid. Just there, morning quiet, before the city stirs. Evening light, stretching soft across your floor. The rhythm of your own breath in a body that no longer feels like a stranger. And suddenly, you realize you're not waiting anymore. Not for someone to arrive, not for the ache to pass, not for the next chapter to make this one matter. You're already in it. This moment, this self, this life. Can I really be okay with nothing to chase? No applause to reach for? No hand to hold but mine? Yes, because what you were always looking for was never out there. It wasn't in the outcome, or the person, or the perfect. It was in the staying, the quiet, ordinary way you kept showing up, even when no one saw. It was in how you didn't shut down when it would have been easier, in how you didn't harden just to survive. You're not sitting here in a waiting room anymore. You're sitting inside your own arrival, fully present, fully here, not shaped by someone else's expectations, not suspended in someone else's leaving, but you, just you. And that's enough. There's a light in you now, not the kind that flashes or begs to be seen, but the kind that glows steady, like a lantern you lit for yourself on a night when it was too dark to see the way. No one needs to notice. That was never the point, because this light isn't for them. It's for you, to walk by, to rest in, to remember. You didn't give up. You softened instead. You no longer need something new to prove that you matter. You've stopped believing you have to earn peace by doing more, by being more. You've learned that enough isn't somewhere you arrive. It's something you return to again and again, by choosing presence over performance, by choosing grace over grind. And maybe no one claps. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe no one even knows what it took. But you know what it cost to stay soft in a world that rushes past softness. To be gentle when it would have been easier to shut the door. And that knowing, that unspoken, steady knowing, it's everything. It's your light now, and it's not going anywhere. You used to believe closure came with words, a final talk, a clean ending, something clear, spoken out loud, mutual. But now, you've lived enough to know some endings don't sound like endings. Some just stop. No storm, no scream, just a silence that stretches and keeps stretching until one day you realize it's done. And that's okay, because closure isn't a gift someone gives you. It's something you give yourself when you stop waiting for the perfect conclusion. You ask, can I finish a chapter even if no one else agrees it's over? Can I stop hoping for a moment that never came? Yes, you can. Because closure isn't about answers. It's not a clean bow on top of a messy story. It's acceptance. It's standing in the truth that some things end without clarity, without fairness, without permission. And still, you get to move forward. You stop demanding reasons. You stop needing every loss to explain itself. You begin to let go when something no longer grows. And in that quiet decision, you return to yourself. You understand now, saying goodbye doesn't mean you stopped loving. It means you stopped carrying what was never yours to keep. You release the pressure, the timeline, the story you kept rewriting in your head, trying to make it make sense. You let it be incomplete in the eyes of others, so you can feel whole in your own. You say goodbye, not with resentment, but with something softer. Thank you for what we had. Thank you for what I learned. Thank you for walking with me until here. And now, you walk forward, not to escape, not to forget, but because your life is still happening, and you deserve to meet it. You aren't walking away from love. You're walking toward more of it. You don't carry bitterness in your chest anymore. You carry light, and that's the shift. Living doesn't mean erasing what hurt. It means growing around it, holding it gently, letting it shape you, but not cage you. You look at what's ahead, not with urgency, but with peace. You stop searching for someone else to hand you the ending because you wrote it quietly inside your own breath. Not a door slammed, not a grand goodbye, just a pause, a softness, a turning of the page. And so you move forward, still soft, still whole, still becoming. Because when you carry what mattered with you, in your bones, in your boundaries, in your way of loving now, there is no real goodbye. There is only completion. There is only the quiet unfolding of everything still waiting to be lived. Maybe this was never really about letting go. Maybe it was always about learning how to stay, not with them, but with yourself. To stay through the ache, to stay when the silence got loud, to stay even when the old stories whispered that you weren't enough. You stayed, not frozen, but rooted. You didn't just survive what broke you. You softened around it. You didn't just rebuild. You remembered who you were before the leaving, who you became after, and the quiet, steady truth that you were always whole underneath the hurt. You remembered that your worth was never tied to who stayed, that your beauty didn't leave with the person who walked out, that your life, this ordinary, sacred, unfinished life, wasn't waiting for someone to validate it. It was always yours. And now you walk forward. Not because the past is erased, but because it's been woven in, thread by thread, memory by memory, not as weight, but as depth. You don't look for a clean ending anymore. You don't demand closure. You simply continue, breathing, becoming, rooted in your own presence. You carry love with you now, not as ache, but as understanding. And when the echoes return, as they sometimes do, you don't turn away. You welcome them. You say, "You were part of it, and I'm grateful. But I go on now." You no longer ask life to be neat. You ask it to be real, and it is. Messy, beautiful, yours. So you keep moving, not faster, not louder, just forward. Because now you know there is no goodbye, only completion. And completion, it's not the end. It's the space you finally make inside yourself for peace to sit down and stay a while. And now, you are here, not waiting, not holding your breath, just here. You've made space, a space that doesn't rush you, doesn't demand, doesn't measure your healing, a space that welcomes you back with soft light and open hands. Feel how quiet it is. Not the kind of silence that stings, but the kind that holds you like warm blankets after a long day. There is no more story to untangle tonight. No more memory to make sense of. No one to explain anything to. There is only your breath, in and out. There is only this moment. And in this moment, you are already enough. Let your hands rest. Let your shoulders melt into the mattress. Let the day go, slowly, like petals falling in slow motion. If thoughts still come, you don't have to chase them. Let them pass. Let them dissolve, like clouds sliding across a dark sky. Right now, your only task is to rest. So I'll stay here with you a little longer, whispering gently until you drift, not away, but deeper into yourself, into stillness, into peace. You don't have to think now. You don't have to hold on. You don't even have to finish the feeling. You just let go. I am safe. I am home. I am allowed to rest. My breath is slow. My body is soft. My heart is still. I am not chasing. I am not waiting. I am simply here. Sleep is coming. Peace is staying. And I am letting go. Nothing is asked of me. Nothing is wrong. I am enough as I am. This night belongs to me. This stillness is mine. I am resting deeply. I am resting. I am resting. I am gone. Asleep. Home. You are home. And home is not a place you run to. It's the space inside you where nothing is missing. Let it settle now. Let everything soften. Feel your legs. They've carried so much. Let them grow heavy, warm, still. Feel your back sinking into the bed. Let the mattress hold you. You don't need to hold yourself anymore. Your hands, let them uncurl, resting gently beside you like open petals at the end of spring. Your jaw, release it. Your forehead, smooth it. Your eyes, soften them. Even if they're already closed, you are safe here, held, unrushed. There is no timeline for healing, no finish line for grief, no clock ticking behind your worth. There is only breath, in and out. Let your breath wrap around you like a quiet tide, in and out, again and again. You are not being watched. You are not being judged. You are simply resting. The night has nothing to take from you, only space to give. And this space, it is entirely yours. Let your mind drift now, not chasing, just floating, like a feather caught in warm air, with nowhere urgent to land. If a memory comes, you can greet it kindly, then let it fade like a candle blown gently out. If silence deepens, don't fear it. That silence is where peace lives. This is not escape. This is return to yourself, to your rhythm, to your quiet. So let the rhythm carry you. I am safe. I am home. I am allowed to rest. My breath is slow. My body is soft. My thoughts are quiet. I release the day. I let go of trying. I welcome the stillness. I am not broken. I am simply becoming. This night is mine. This rest is mine. I sink deeper and deeper. I trust my body. I trust my breath. I trust that peace knows how to find me. I don't need to fix anything. I only need to let go. And I am letting go. I am letting go. I am floating, held, safe. A warm breeze brushes across the edges of your sleep. You drift past memory, past meaning, into light, into warmth, into something deeper than dreams. There is nothing left to carry, nothing left to prove, nothing left to steady. Just breathe and rest. So sleep, dear one. Sleep as if the world is holding you gently in its hands. Sleep because you've done enough. Sleep because this moment is asking nothing of you except to be. And you are. You are here. You are loved. You are free.